Hi, I'm Pete May, president of GreenBiz Group. We're here at GreenBiz Studio with Jody Kelman, director of, was that a high five?
I was going in for,
right.
got to start the morning with some energy.
Exactly, good energy. Director of self-driving platforms for Lyft. Tell me a little bit about what Lyft, I think people think of Lyft in a conventional sense, ride sharing. Yep. So what's your gig all about there?
Yeah, so at Lyft, we believe that the self-driving future is really going to happen through ride sharing. So we think, your first self-driving ride is probably going to happen in a Lyft vehicle, like Lyft passengers are getting to do already on the Lyft platform in Vegas today.
Yeah.
So the way that we think about this is kind of, like Lyft's general approach to the ride sharing problem, we believe that self-driving is kind of too important to go it alone. So we've taken a fundamentally collaborative approach, and we've let the best and the brightest sort of self-driving technology providers like Aptiv or Waymo deploy their cars on the Lyft network so that they're able to get access to those real passenger rides today.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit, I was reading about the Vegas program. You started it at CES. Tell me about progress. What are things along the way that have been pleasant surprises, and what are you still working through?
Yeah, great question. So we launched at CES in January of 2018, and we did about 400 rides, average ride rating of 4.997 out of 5 stars. So we had, one disgruntled passenger who I think was frustrated at traffic. But when we started, this was really the first time we were launching self-driving rides to Lyft passengers at scale, and we didn't know what to expect, right? We knew we wanted to bring that same demonstrated track record of building consumer trust that Lyft has today to our self-driving experience. So we really wanted to focus on educating passengers about this technology and helping them understand what this transition to a self-driving future was really going to be about. But we didn't know exactly how they would respond. And when we got the feedback back from CES, we did this kind of analysis of all of the passenger feedback we got. The single biggest word that was used by passengers to describe the self-driving technology was that it was boring. And so boring turns out
just
to be...
a ride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Turns out, I was in the car with dozens of these people, and basically what happens is at the beginning they're really excited about the ride, and then about 15 seconds in they forget that the safety driver's hands aren't on the steering wheel.
Just to interject, I had that same experience with my electric vehicle because everybody say, wow, what's it like having an electric vehicle? It's great, I drive it.
Exactly.
And I don't have to think about it. So you're saying that that's happening in the background, and people start to lose a sense that there's no driver there.
Exactly. And so for a passenger, this feels just like opening up your normal Lyft app. So if you're in Vegas, you can open up the Lyft app, and if a self-driving car is the closest car to you, that's what we'll send you.
Yeah.
And so that's really what we want to build, is this kind of consumer groundswell of trust in this technology that we know is going to change lives.
Yeah. And you mentioned you're a Bostonian. I'm from Oakland. Go Warriors. We'll beat the Celtics this year. Let me just make that clear.
Hey, them's fighting words.
Back to the interview. Did you say you had a trial in Boston?
So we actually launched our self-driving program in 2017 with Newtonomy in the Seaport District of Boston. It's a city, known for its difficult driving. And what we find is really these self-driving cars are able to handle all sorts of complicated on-road scenarios that you might not expect. But what we're able to do is what we call a hybrid network, one that's able to handle both self-driving cars and your classic human-powered Lyfts, is we can make a smart decision behind the scenes about what the right ride for you is. And if we know a self-driving car is going to be able to handle that ride, that's what we'll send you.
Okay. So tell me, between the techno evangelists who say this is happening, it's going to happen tomorrow, and the technophobes that say it'll never work, that's science fiction, what's the reality? It must be, obviously the answer is somewhere in between, but tell us about the reality, about how quickly we're going to see this in play.
So what I like to tell my friends, especially when they're heading off to a bachelorette party in Vegas, is that this is live today. So you're starting to see this roll out in pockets like we have around the Las Vegas Strip as early as today. And what I think you will see is in the coming years, you'll start sort of watching us scale in dense urban environments where you can really get the volume of rides that you need to power self-driving technology. And you'll see a slower expansion to things like the individual use case. We really want to be pushing people into these shared electric self-driving cars, not advancing another generation of individual car ownership.
Well, it's so exciting. I imagine a lot of your friends envy your job. Very, very exciting space. Jody Kelman from Lyft, thank you for joining us here.
Really nice to be here. Thanks for having me.